Hello everyone. Welcome back to English Unlocked. I'm Peter. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful skills you can ever build, communication. Did you know that leveling up your life starts with leveling up how you speak, think, and express yourself? In this video, you'll learn 3 key secrets. First, how the words you use shape your confidence and success. Second, how to stop negative self-talk and start speaking to yourself with power. And third, how mastering communication with yourself, others, and even AI can completely transform your life. By the end, you'll have practical tools to speak with clarity, confidence, and purpose. So, if you want more inspiring lessons and real communication breakthroughs, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. It helps us bring you even more powerful English lessons every week. Are you ready to unlock your best self through better communication? Let's get started. I'm Peter, and I've been learning English for more than 10 years. Today, I want to share something very simple but very powerful. It changed my life. When I started learning English, I thought I only needed new words and grammar. But soon I found something more important: communication. How we talk, how we think, how we use words. That's what really helps us grow. The truth is, your life gets better when your communication gets better. I remember when I couldn't speak clearly. People didn't understand me, and I felt small inside. But when I learned to speak with more confidence and simple words, people started to listen. I saw that communication is not only about talking to others, it's also about talking to yourself. When you speak kindly to yourself, you feel stronger. When you believe in your words, you feel brave. And when you share your ideas clearly, you connect with people in a real way. So, if you want to level up your English in your life, start with one small step: learn to talk better, to others and to yourself. This is where everything begins. I want to talk about something very important: the different ways we communicate. When I first started learning English, I thought communication only meant speaking with other people. But I learned that communication is bigger than that. There is communication with yourself. This is how you talk in your mind. If you say negative things to yourself, like, "I can't do this," it makes learning harder. Then there is communication with others. This is how you speak with your friends, teachers, or people around you. If you speak clearly and kindly, people understand you better. And recently, I learned that communication also includes technology, like talking with AI or using apps. Yes, even computers can help you learn if you communicate your ideas well. So, I realized that to improve my English, I had to improve all these kinds of communication. Talking better with myself helped me feel stronger. Talking better with others helped me make friends and practice English. And learning to communicate with technology helped me learn faster and in a fun way. Communication is everywhere. It is not only talking, it is thinking, listening, and connecting. When you understand this, learning English becomes easier and more exciting. I want to talk about something I see very often: how people use words. When I was learning English, I noticed many people speak in a way that is not clear. Some people mumble. They don't speak clearly because they are afraid or do not want to take responsibility for their words. Other people use bad words, like swearing. I used to hear this a lot, and it confused me. I thought, why do people do this? Then I learned something important. When you use unclear words or bad words, you show laziness in your speech. You are not helping yourself or others understand you. Even small words, like try or maybe, can make a big difference. If you say, I try, it is not strong. It is better to say, I do it, or I will do it. I remember when I changed my own words. I stopped saying negative words about myself and started speaking clearly. I felt more confident. People listened to me more. I learned that using simple, clear, and positive words helps you feel stronger and learn faster. So my friends, words are very powerful. If you speak clearly, even with simple English, you can connect with others and grow your life. This is a lesson I wish I knew at the beginning. And today I want to share something very important about the words we use every day. When I started learning English, I used to say, I try a lot. I thought it was okay. But over time, I realized this word makes you weak in your mind. Saying I try is not the same as saying I do it. When you say I do it, you take action. When you say I try, your mind stays unsure and nothing changes. The same is true for words like maybe or hopefully. They make your thinking soft and slow. I learned that strong words make strong action. If you want to learn English faster, you need to speak with clear and strong words. I remember one day I decided to stop saying, try. I said to myself, Peter, you do it or you don't. It felt strange at first, but then I felt more confident. My mind became sharper and I started to learn faster. So my friends, small words can change your life. Use words that show action and belief. When you do this, your English improves and your confidence grows too. This simple change helped me more than I expected, and it can help you too. When I was learning English, I noticed some people were very good at speaking and living a strong life. I asked myself, how can I be like them? Then I learned something important from a teacher. He said, to be really good at anything, you can model 3 things from people you admire. First, model their beliefs. This means look at how they think and what they believe about success. Second, model their body and actions. How they sit, move, and speak can affect how confident they feel. Third, model their mental words. This is how they talk to themselves and the words they use in their mind. I tried this with my English. I watched people who speak English well. I copied how they spoke slowly and clearly. I copied how they believed in themselves. I also copied how they said encouraging words to themselves. It was not easy at first, but slowly I felt stronger. I felt more confident to speak English. I realized that learning words is not enough. We must also learn how to think and act like successful people. So my friends, if you want to improve your English in your life, look for people who do well and learn from them. It will help you more than just studying grammar or words. I want to share an important lesson about how we think to ourselves. When I was learning English, I noticed that many people, including myself, often tell themselves negative stories. We say things like, I am not good at English, or I can't speak well. These thoughts make us feel small and stop us from trying. I learned that these thoughts are part of our beliefs, and they control our results. Beliefs are like stories we tell ourselves about what we can or cannot do. If the story is negative, the result is negative. If the story is positive, the result is better. So, I started to change my self-talk. I told myself, I can learn. I will speak better every day. Even when I made mistakes, I kept the story positive. This small change helped me a lot. I felt stronger and more confident. I could speak more English, practice more, and enjoy learning. I realized that improving your English is not just about words. It is also about changing the story you tell yourself every day. So my friends, start today by watching your thoughts. Speak kindly to yourself. Believe in your progress. This will help you not only in English but in all parts of your life. When I was learning English, I often waited and said, "I will do it later." I thought I was lazy. But after 10 years of learning, I understood something very important. Procrastination is not the real problem. The real problem is anxiety or fear inside us. Anxiety comes when we expect something bad will happen. For example, if you try to speak English and you think, "I will make mistakes," your mind feels worried. It is like sitting on a wobbly chair. You do not put all your weight down because you do not feel safe. I remember feeling this fear many times. I was afraid to speak in class or talk to new people. But then I learned to change my expectations. I told myself, it is okay to make mistakes. I can learn from them. Slowly, my fear went away. I could speak more English and enjoy the learning process. So my friends, if you feel like you are delaying or afraid, it is normal. Do not fight it. Look at your fear and change the story in your mind. This simple step helped me overcome procrastination and grow my English faster than I ever thought possible. When I was learning English, I was afraid of many things. One big fear I had was flying on airplanes. I thought it was dangerous and I could not trust it. Every time I flew, I felt my heart beating fast. It made me nervous and I could not relax. Then I decided to change my story. I learned how airplanes work. I studied the rules and the safety. I realized that planes are designed to fly safely. I told myself, it is safe. I can relax. I even took flying lessons. After that, I could fly and sleep on the plane. It felt amazing. This story taught me an important lesson. When you change the story in your mind, you change your belief. When you change your belief, your actions and your life change too. The same is true for learning English. If you tell yourself, "I can do this. I can speak English," you will feel more confident. You will speak more, practice more, and enjoy learning. So my friends, always check the stories in your mind. Change the negative ones into positive ones. This simple step can make your learning easier and your life better. I'm Peter, and today I want to talk about listening and learning from others. When I was learning English, I often thought I had to do everything by myself. I tried to read books and watch videos alone. But I noticed something. Some people spoke English much better than me, and I wanted to understand why. Then I learned a secret. You can learn from other people's experience. I started to listen carefully to how good English speakers talk. I watched videos, joined conversations, and noticed small things. I noticed their words, their tone, and how they explain ideas simply. I even wrote down what I learned, not only their words but also my own thoughts about them. This helped me make my English unique. Another lesson I learned is to focus on value for others when you speak. When you talk to someone, think about how your words help them. It is not about showing off or just telling your story. If you help others understand, they will listen, and you will practice naturally. So my friends, learning English is not only about books or classes. It is about observing, listening, and practicing with purpose. Every conversation and every video can teach you something new if you pay attention. This simple habit helped me improve faster and enjoy learning English more than ever. How to improve your communication with others. When I was learning English, I noticed that knowing words is not enough. You need to speak in a way that others understand and feel value from your words. At first, I only thought about myself. I wanted to show that I knew English. But people didn't really listen. Then I learned something important. Before a conversation, I thought about what the other person needs. I asked myself, how can my words help them? When I focused on helping others, the conversation became easier and natural. People started to listen, and I felt more confident. I also learned to practice writing and reading every day. When I read good books, I learned new ideas. When I wrote my own thoughts, I practiced using English in my own way. This made my English stronger and more clear. So my friends, to improve your English in your life, think about others when you speak. Use simple words, help people understand, and share your thoughts clearly. These small steps changed my life, and they can change yours too. Better communication brings better opportunities and more confidence every day. So my friends, remember that improving your English is a journey, and small steps make a big difference. Here are 2 simple tips from today's story. Focus on helping others when you speak. Think about what value your words bring. Practice reading and writing every day. Write your own thoughts, not just what you read. If you want more practical tips and inspiring lessons, don't forget to subscribe to English Unlocked. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.